school with a group of very active and inspiring older adults who were without a doubt fun and entertaining to watch. Meet Atlanta's first senior hip-hop dancing crew and our segment Senior Profile.
The ATL Silver Classix crew is Atlanta's official senior dance team.
Open.
We perform all over the city, really telling the world that it doesn't matter how old you are, what age, you can still get out there and dance and perform and live like you're back in your 20s. This year our age ranges from 50 to I think 72. We had auditions here at Street Studio 3 years ago, had a great turnout with minimal advertising, and from then we have an annual audition every summer. So anyone that wants to be a part of the team can just come to the audition and try out and possibly be selected to be a member of the team. Honestly, the idea had come to the studio from an outside source. From then, we had the audition and we had this awesome team that formed, and I fell in love with the whole idea. I loved the concept and wanted to take the team on as my own. So ever since then, that's been about 3 years now. So the team has been mine, and I'm the director and choreographer, and I love working with this team so much. It's like one of my favorite groups that I've ever worked with. Well, this team really inspires me every day, and I do believe really strongly that, you know, you shouldn't really put a label on an age. It really is just a number, and that's what I found from all of the dancers on this team, is that they believe very strongly that it really doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, you can still really get out there, and I teach them routines that require a lot of physical energy and strength, and they try so hard and put all their efforts into learning these steps that I teach them that, I mean, once you watch them dance, you'll see that they don't know how old they are. It's pretty awesome. 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, pop it 7, 8, lean it 1, 2, lean it 3, 4, groups 5, 6 or 7, take it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're moving on this part. Don't travel forward too much. 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Arms, when y'all did this last time, it looked really good. But remember, we got to get the arms into it a little bit more, so it's not just the lower body bending.
I've been a member of the Classix crew for 3 years. I was a member of the original when we first started back 3 years, almost 3 years ago.
Well, I was here for the very first audition 3.5 years ago. I showed up not knowing what in the world was going to be taught, what was going to happen. I'd been belly dancing for several years before that, so that was my main source of exercise and passion and fun. And I loved to belly dance, and I still do it. But I wanted to expand my horizons, and I showed up here that day, and I started teaching a combination of hip-hop and pop and other things that I wasn't familiar with. So I was just hanging on by a hair and trying to follow and learn, and then go through the audition process.
I was inspired to audition from a background of dancing. I was a dancer in my youth, and worked with at nightclubs with some well-known people, and then I gave that up, went to college, and never thought I would performance dance again. And to dance again is a miracle in itself. So it's been a wonderful journey, and I was inspired by my past and my love of dancing and the opportunity that just came along for me.
To dance, I love to dance. I was raised dancing in recitals, taking classes and dancing probably since I was about 3 or 4. And I was a Falcon cheerleader for 6 years back in the 70s. And I was in some dance companies, 3 dance companies here in Atlanta. And I was usually the oldest one in there, but I worked really, really hard and was able to make the team every year or the company every year. So, and then when this came up, it was like, oh yes, I've got to go try out.
Love it. Because what I was missing when I called myself semi-retired was being around dance. You know, they say once a dancer, always a dancer, no matter what happens. So I kind of missed it and didn't realize how much I missed it till I came here. And everybody was just different, from different backgrounds, but we were drawn together because everybody wanted to dance. And since we were seniors, we did not have an avenue for that. There was no venues or no group, so that brought us together.
I love dancing. Dancing is a gift from God. Once you have it in you, and once you have loved dancing, I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, it never dies. And to have the opportunity to get back with ladies my own age and dance was just awesome.
Oh, we're just like a family. It's good to find like-minded people that like to perform or entertain, so I was glad to find seniors that wanted to do that.
Typically, we perform at Atlanta Hawks games. We performed at Braves games. Really community events. We've done, for example, festivals at Piedmont Park, up in Roswell for the 11-5 street fairs, different community events and parades, things like that.
The audience reaction to the Classic crew is just fantastic. When you go out there and you start dancing and they start cheering and clapping, it just gives you more energy. You just want to dance harder. It just creates just something inside that you didn't know you had, and it brings it out of you. And it's wonderful to dance in front of a crowd that really appreciates what the senior dancers are doing.
Some people hear, oh my God, these ladies are in their 50s and their 60s and their 70s and they're doing hip hop. And then we go out there and the crowd goes wild. They love us. They love us because they just are not prepared for, they all know the music because it's contemporary music. And they're not prepared for these people to come out and, shake their booties just like the cheerleaders that are out there, but we're so much older than they are, and here we are doing the same thing. And we can shake it every bit as good as anybody else, So that's one of the cool things about everybody here can do this stuff. And I think anybody, if they put their mind to it, can learn it. It's not hard.
What our group teaches is really, it's exactly what people want to do now is just get out there and have fun and try to live a healthy life. And that's what we really try to stress and teach to other people is that, really it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter, even if you have physical restraints that, keep you from being really active, I mean, you can still get out there and be healthy.
Before we go, let's take a look at